Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird, you already know what to do. You got to smoke the like. I know you are a goon. Only goons watch me. Everyone else is into slow and monotonous reaction channels. So unless you're into that type of reaction, please click off this video. Find something else. I completely understand. There's a channel for you. They do slow reactions, monotonous reactions, and very little reactions. You know, our reactions, the goons' reactions, are longer. We really get into the video. And if that's you, welcome back. I love you guys. And we're going to get right into it. More For You page content because my wife won't send me any more videos. So, Emily, we still love you. As soon as those videos come in, I'm going to share them with the goons, I promise. But till that time, we're going to do more For You page content. It's just as good, I promise.
What the fuck?
Yo, the sky is fucking blue! And then it turned off! Yo!
I got that on camera. I got that on camera. I got that on camera.
This thing was head just went that way.
Glitch
Right,
in the Matrix.
Everybody sees me walking. I'm walking. Look.
This plane isn't moving. It's not moving. But it sounds like it's moving.
Bro, what in the fuck? A glitch in the Matrix? The motherfucker is just floating there. Dead. There's nothing around it. Just floating there.
Yeah, the bird was definitely just floating there. It wasn't even flapping or anything. And even the way it was floating, it just felt like so unnormal. It didn't look normal, right? The flight thing, I have seen flights just like, you know, idle in mid-air. It's definitely puzzling. I don't know how they're doing it, but, you know, it does make you think. Now, the first one, I wasn't understanding the shoe and the reflection, and then he, like, touched fingers with the reflection. Maybe there was a delay or something, but reflection editing is one of the first things you learn in video editing, so it's hard to believe. Maybe it was just the intro, you know how they always do, like, whatever it may be. So maybe, or maybe I missed something in the first one. I could not tell. Did you guys see something in this reflection? I couldn't. It appeared normal. All the toes were there, you know? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. As I'm looking at it, yet again, it's coming back to me. So actually, this tile is reflected, but in theory, I would see the back of the shoe, and I'm not seeing the back of the shoe. So I guess that's the glitch in the Matrix. Okay, I got you. I figured it out. I don't need you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I still need you. Please whisper your sweet nothings. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's get on to it with the next one.
By the way, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And I said, whose? What do you mean, whose?
Well, let's see, where's that district again? Yeah. Currently worth mentioning. Okay.
And then he pulled out one of these mosaics and showed this base, which had geometric shapes. There were towers, there were spherical buildings. There were very tall towers and things that looked somewhat like radar dishes, but they were large structures. And at that point, I became frightened and I was a little terrified, thinking to myself that anybody walks in the room now, I know we're in jeopardy, we're in trouble, because he shouldn't be giving me this information.
Yeah, I don't think you should have been giving me this information, but at the same time, the information was supposed to be given to you because that's the conspiracy, buddy, and you're living it. You are one of the people that is spreading that conspiracy. Is there bases on the moon? Potentially. I don't know. Do you know? Have you been to the moon? Are you one of the 24 people that the government has sent to the moon and is like, hey, did you see the bases? They say Neil saw some stuff on the moon, but, you know, he had to use some secondary channel to tell us what was really going on. So when this guy's going, hey, I got this information, And I know I'm not supposed to have it. Yeah, I've heard this story many times, but I have a feeling you are supposed to have it, sir. You were the one, because you're doing exactly what they want you to be doing, which is spreading it. So that way you sound crazy, they think we're crazy, but in fact there really could be bases on the moon. I have heard this. I've heard this before in like remote viewing sessions where people remote view and they're like, dude, I see like gigantic fortresses on the backside of the moon, and there's all these things going on, and we only see one side of the moon no matter what, so it could be plausible. You don't know. I don't know. We'll never know. We'll only know when they come out and they're like, there's an intergalactic war happening and we need to join it. We have a space force, but we already knew this was happening. We're like, okay. I just want to know who's going to be the one to tell us. Who's going to be the one to break the news to us that there's other things going on. That's it. And then you have the whole debate of like, space is fake. So, oh boy, we're getting real deep into this. All right, let's keep it going.
People in Egypt, they believed in what's called Kemet, the people that existed before the Egyptians. When we hear these stories about the Great Pyramid being a tomb for the pharaoh, it's worth mentioning that even the locals didn't believe that. The saying that the pyramids were built to be tombs for the pharaohs wasn't even developed until 150 years ago. That's it. They were taught Kemet. And it's worth mentioning that when you go through inside these pyramids of Giza, there's not one single, never a mummy found in any Egyptian pyramid ever. Quite literally, the only reason why we are told this stuff is because that was the theory developed by these men that went in there and said, I believe these must have been for the pharaohs. That makes sense.
So it's all just one group of people had one theory, and that theory just stuck around.
100%.
You know, and that really is puzzling to me, because like the idea of, hey, there aren't mummies in the pyramids is just like mind-blowing. It's like, what? I thought that's where mummies come from. Oh boy, yeah. Is what we're being told true about Egypt? Obviously not, dude. Even the Egyptians, even the people that are supposed to be Egyptologists, experts in Egyptian culture here, do not even know, right? Why the pyramids were built? What was the reason? They speculate, you know, hey, there's so many theories, but there is no solid scientific proof, and that is really what it comes down to. Hey, they weren't used for burial chambers because, as the guy said, there's zero proof. Think about it, right? King Tut. What's King Tut's pyramid? Did King Tut have a pyramid? He's a pharaoh. Pharaohs had pyramids. That's where mummies are found, right? No, guys, get out of here. There's tombs. There's tombs. There's things that that people were buried in prior to pyramids, right? And pyramids, they really weren't buried in. They were used for a different purpose that no one can tell you. I personally believe it's batteries, but you know, hey, or some type of energy field or something for a reason to either harness power or dispense power. I think that is like, it has to be one of those things. Just even like the elements that they found were like, dude, why is this in here? These are components of a battery, you know? Regardless, we're gonna keep it going. Hey, am I talking to a goon right now? Are you a goon? Did you smoke the like button before the video even started? That's how I know. Guys, I need your help now more than ever. The YouTube algorithm has softly shadow banned me because my warning didn't get approved, and they were like, hey, Teddy, you gotta be careful the next 90 days. So in order to help combat this, after you watch this video, please consider clicking on another video on this channel. Click on my channel down below, find another video, watch it. It'll help me out tremendously. And now back to the video. to the NASA footage and the NASA leaks, you know, and they keep showing us the blue marble. Teddy, this is the blue marble. This is what the Earth looks like. Okay, I believe you, but where's the satellites? Where's all the noise in the space? Where's everything? I feel like it shouldn't be like this. I feel like everything that I have known about space, you guys are mind-bending or mind-blowing me in order to be like, hey, you think you know everything? Guess what? Now we need snorkels when we go on spacewalks so that way we don't drown from water. And I'm like, wait a second, what? Water? I thought there was no water in space. No, it's from our own bodies, they say. And I'm like, all right, buddy, at this point, I thought this was already accounted for. We paid engineers how much money to design the best thing ever, and we still having problems like this. Come on now. Come on now. It's because the engineers don't know what they're designing for, Teddy. They got to design for the water, not for the space. Oh, okay. Okay, Crazy Teddy. I'm feeling it. I see what you're saying, but guys, the main takeaway is NASA has been lying and photoshopping photos and has been caught photoshopping photos, and we have seen it. And it's not just NASA. Many agencies have doctored footage, and they say, hey, it's to clean it up and scrub it out so it can be passed off to the public. Guess what? We're the public, but we are informed goons, and informed goons know, hey, everything we see may not be what it appears to be. And a lot of this footage did appear to be harnesses. You saw gravity in effect when objects were straight falling from the camera, and then you even saw like green screen footage, as well as like glitches in the camera that just change frames that just shouldn't happen in that way. So yeah, very well, there could be lies happening before our very eyes, and all we can do is be smart and know, don't believe everything you see. And with that, we're going to keep it going.
Did you hear the news? The apocalypse is upon us. That's seriously freaky as shit. Are you referring to the submarine which has gone missing beneath the Doomsday Glacier? That's a glacier the size of Florida, which is, slowly melting. But yeah, missing sub. No clue where it is. Or perhaps you're referring to a powerful explosion which took place last night at a nuclear delivery warehouse in Russia, and they're blaming NATO. Yeah. Oh, and that volcano in Iceland, it just started erupting again for the third time, prompting some to say this is the start of a new 12,000-year cycle. 2 JetBlue airplanes collide at Boston Airport while taxiing. Oh, and let's not forget about the 4th LA conference taking place in Chile. You know where all those fires just were? On clean systems and environment. Yeah. Damn, bro. I was just going to say Meghan Markle got snubbed by Vogue. Okay, I thought she wanted privacy.
I thought she wanted privacy too. And what was the other one? Kate. I hear no one's seen Kate. Kate, where are you? Let us know if you're okay, Kate. Actually, we won't know if you're okay. They're probably in the transition to replace you with some doppelganger or clone. Who knows at this point. But I love this guy. I've seen other videos of him. He definitely, pokes your brain and makes you wonder. And yeah, I never knew about these nuclear explosion that they're blaming on NATO, and then the Iceland volcano that has erupted for the 3rd time, buddies. Guess what? That end of world event seems closer and closer. 2030. By 2030, will we experience it? That's what it. They say. Only time will tell. I'm gonna be prepared no matter what. You goons are prepared just watching the video. So keep your family safe. Know what's going on. Figure out your situation. And if it truly is end times, no matter how well prepared you get, if we're all gonna go, we're all gonna go, buddy. Just lay down and take it at that point. Oh, I killed myself. All right, we're gonna keep it going.
So what do we do about friends and family who refuse to prepare? Now NATO is telling us to get prepared. So you might want to share this one. Let's talk about it. You need to prioritize your immediate family first. Your first responsibility is to the well-being and safety of your immediate family unit. They rely on you for support and protection, and sacrificing essential supplies meant for them to accommodate others can put their survival at risk. It's important to have an open and honest discussion with your family unit about the situation and collectively make decisions to prioritize their safety. Now, we all have that one relative that says, I'll be at your door when the shit hits the fan. But encouraging them to take responsibility for their own preparedness can help them understand the gravity of the situation and may lead to positive changes. Now, you could always explore communal solutions. While it may not be feasible to accommodate everyone, community-based collaboration with like-minded individuals or neighbors to pool resources, skills, and efforts has the ability to raise the overall level of survival. Now, ultimately, these decisions will depend on your specific circumstances and resources available to you. It's important to strike a balance between helping others and safeguarding the well-being of your own family.
Oh man, I love this. And really, when it comes down to these, you've survived the end of the world event, and it's really a doomsday prep type thing you're doing. It's going to be bartering. You can try and go through it alone and protect your immediate family as much as you can, but there are going to be people that are just helpless. They're like, hey, Teddy, I tried to become prepared, but you guys are prepared. I come to your door. And you may have to turn those people away because now you warned them enough. You told them, hey, this potentially could be coming, and they didn't do the preparations. Now they want to use resources that you've saved up for your immediate family. So how do you get these people to change? And, he hit on some great points. Make them understand, and if they truly do not, and you guys are in confrontational or weird situation, you lay it out. Be like, buddy, this is the truth. We prepared for this. You did not. And it's unfortunate. And maybe you give them some pointers on alternatives, but there is not much. It doesn't, at that time, I truly feel, and I know it's going to sound morbid and people are going to hate me, but it's not your responsibility. You've told them for decades. You've told them for months. You've told them for weeks to get ready, and they didn't do it. Do not feel like it's your guilty conscience. If anything, when that whole reset comes back, if you're in reincarnation, we're gonna come back, buddies. Are we gonna come back as humans, or are we gonna be something else? Oh boy, I'm ready. Regardless, very, very interesting things, and I do believe the bartering system. Hey, Emily, my own wife, has thought about this. Like, hey, if we need a boat, we can always trade this for this. If we need fruit or vegetables, we can go to this and trade them for this. So she's kind of figured it out in her head, who has what and what we can get. And she has things to barter with as well, because she doesn't think, you're going to go to people and show them physical dollars. That could be valueless in a collapsed society. So make informed decisions, do the right things, keep your family prepared, and tell your friends you're not going to take care of them. Don't come to my door, buddy. Take care of yourself first. All right, we're going to keep it going.
Web-like substance falling from the skies across the area. That sticky and fluffy substance we were telling you about has been seen in Monterey, Santa Cruz, and San Benito counties this morning. It's like spider silk, but that has not been confirmed to be the source.
If you stepped outside today, you may have noticed this sticky web-like substance falling from the sky in the Central Coast. Viewers from all across our area have been sharing these photos and videos of it with us.
This sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. Spiders falling from the sky across California's Central Coast.
Disturbing story here. Hundreds of birds are dead after slamming into McCormick Place. It happened overnight. The Tribune reporting nearly 1,000 birds died after colliding with that building.
An unusual situation at McCormick Place today. Nearly 1,000 birds found dead.
This is not a science project. These rows and rows of birds you see pictured here met their death in Chicago Wednesday night while making their migratory journey to the south.
Take a look at the sky tonight between 7:30 and 8 in the evening. A day before the eclipse, we're seeing reports of this.
Wow, yeah, a lot of crazy things, I guess, happening in Chicago. That web-like substance and the birds dying. At first, when they were like, hey, birds are dying, I go, hey, I've lived through this avian flu, H1N1, Teddy. But no, I am thinking something more nefarious could be happening. That's a lot of birds, if it's not the avian flu, and for them to pass away like that in mass extinction type event. And I know it's not extinction, but mass death type event just feels weird. So hopefully things are getting better. I'm not sure. At first I heard the spider web thing, and I'm like, dude, I wonder if like spiders, if you guys have ever determined it's raining spiders, or we've seen videos where spiders just appear everywhere. Dude, maybe that's what's happening. They finally figured out how to take advantage of the skies, and they're like, we're gonna send an aerial attack. We're gonna send all of our webs down. Oh boy. Oh boy, the spiders are taking over. Imagine how tiny they must be and how many of them there must be in order to produce webs like that. Alright, at this point we're gonna keep it going. No, man, that just makes me think. Spiders are taking over, Teddy.
A lot of things odd and kind of strange and surprising recently because I actually started looking up. I started looking at the daytime sky, started looking at the clouds and how different they can be from one day to the next. I looked at planes flying across the blue sky. I looked at the sun behind the clouds. I looked at the clouds floating across the sky, and I started paying attention to the moon in the daytime, in the nighttime. I started looking at the moon's different phases, its different colors, and my interest in the sky and my studies, they led me to look into the missions in outer space. First, I looked into the Apollo missions to the moon. Then I wondered why we hadn't been back to the moon, because we went to the moon 9 times and sent 12 men during the Apollo missions from December of 1968 to December of 1972.
A thing has happened since 1972. It's been just over 45 years, and that's a lot of time to be stagnant after 6 back-to-back moon landings. Get this, not only did NASA lose the telemetry data for all the moon landings, but NASA now claims that they lost the technology that got them to the moon in the first place.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
This is why we can't go past low Earth orbit, according to them.
Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
The kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit.
Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
And this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit.
And I'm hearing that term low Earth orbit, and it just makes me wonder. It's like, hey, these guys are flat out acknowledging that they haven't made it into space or truly explored space. And even when Obama comes in, he's like, hey, we want to leave low Earth orbit. And you start questioning, did we even make it to the moon? Was those original 1968 to 1972? We go how many times to the moon? And since then, we haven't gone back. It's in 45 years now, finally. But, like, come on, guys. And I say now, finally, but even then, where's the footage? Where's the proof? Show me the physical proof. They're like, oh, here's some computer-generated animations. Yay, we made it. I'm like, all right, buddy, I believe this one too many times now. Oh, my God. They're just showing us things that are, that are potentially happening just right in our world. And we are thinking, hey, these events happened in space or on the moon. And in fact, they're just in like some green screen studio just tricking us all because they're weird and they want to control us. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm catching on. I see what you're slinging. It said NASA astronaut doesn't have the tech to go back to the moon. No one's going to believe that, bro. No one's going to believe it. You do it this many times and all of a sudden, gone, and you can't get it right for 45 years, and even 45 years later, zero proof with 4K cameras being present. You can't get me that information back. I'm starting to doubt everything now. All right, let's keep it going. Wait, what? So home ownership is a scam, they're saying? Home ownership has always been an important way to build wealth. According to NAR, the net worth of a homeowner was about $300,000, while that of renters was $8,000 in 2021. Yeah, because the homeowner owns a home. The renter owns nothing, so yeah, whatever he has is what it's going to be. The net worth of a typical homeowner is about 40 times the net worth of a renter. I don't know how accurate this data is or what NAR stands for, but yeah, this definitely illuminates you into understanding that, hey, right now renting could be your solution, but think long term and start owning. You want to own your stuff, guys. You don't want to rent and pay some other people. Start owning your own properties and build wealth properly. I mean, look, just owning your own home puts you 40 times better than someone that rents. And I gotta tell you, it's hard. It's hard owning a home. It's hard getting a mortgage. But there are ways, and there are people that will help you if that is truly your goal. Manifest it. You can make it happen. For me, the secret was don't go to bank to get mortgage. Go find a mortgage lender. They're much easier and much more reliable and efficient when you want to get and own a property. Mortgage lenders. I think I use Norcom. And this isn't a show. Regardless, we're going to keep it going.
Can I blow your mind right now? Okay. Why did NASA send human beings to the moon? Let that sink in. They've never given an official reason for the moon landing. Chris and I were talking about this week because his dad was born in 1960, and he remembers watching the Apollo 11 mission live on television. But there was never a reason given for this incredibly complex and expensive mission. Well, obviously they weren't going just to bring back some rocks. So, what did we get from the moon that made the trip worth it? Well, all you have to do is look at the timeline. In the 1960s, computers were the size of a car. They filled an entire room in an office building. But practically overnight into the 1970s, all of a sudden, computers can fit on a desk. So, if you're asking yourself, what did we have to give in exchange for this technology? Again, all you have to do is look at the timeline. In 1952, the polio vaccine is discovered. I think you know where I'm going with this. Next thing you know, 1961, John F. Kennedy is announcing that Americans are going to the moon. I think you can put two and two together.
Wait, I cannot put two and two together. I understood the polio vaccine, and then he jumped to going to the moon. So I'm missing that correlation. Goons, help me out. Keep me sane here. What is he trying to say? What is this guy, some guy Mark, trying to tell me? Because I am not understanding what he's saying. Maybe I missed something. But when it comes down to, hey, what is the reason for going to the moon? I mean, at that time, even the way John F. Kennedy, it was a space race. It was truly every country was going there, and we wanted to be number one. We wanted to win the space race, you know? And, you know, Russia was doing things, China was doing things, and the United States also did things, and it was just who did it the best and who faked it better than the others, enough to trick their own agencies to also admit that, yeah, they made it to the moon. The United States is there. So, intriguing. What is the reason we're going back now? Or are we even going back or attempting to go back? And if it is it a wasted effort if we already know that 45 years ago we couldn't even get there? By the way, why is the algorithm giving me so many moon landing things and space is fake type things? Oh boy, everything I've been chilled is starting to fall apart, especially the trajectory of these Falcon 9 rockets. Why don't they just go straight up? Oh, Teddy, they got to go through the Van Allen radiation belt. They got to go in through a certain degree. I'm like, bro, that's a downward trajectory, and then they keep exploding. What's happening here? Oh, Teddy, they come back, they land on the base, it's all good, we launch them back up. Okay, I see what you're thinking. What goes up must come down. I see. Oh boy. Alright, let's keep it going.
I've been walking for about 57 days and 8 hours. I'm walking from Brooklyn, New York to Del Rio, Texas, where I'll then cross the Rio Grande into Mexico and then re-enter the United States as an illegal immigrant. That way I can get back on unemployment, get free housing, and so the government doesn't punish me for not being vaccinated. I've got about another 326 miles, and then I can get back to life as normal. Better start working on my accent. Wish me luck, amigo.
Oh my god, this is so, I mean, clearly this is satire and a parody, but it is so I don't even know what the word. It just feels like a stab in the heart as a human to know that, you know, certain people get put into this club of, hey, we give you everything, and people that have been in your country for years that are still homeless get nothing. So I can totally understand where this person is coming from. It is definitely a free handout if you come in as a migrant versus if you are just homeless and just living on the streets in our country, and really any country, right? The handouts are much nicer than people that just got adjusted to you. So you definitely ain't going to the homeless man near you, the closest one near you. Find them right now. Find them right now. Doesn't have to be a him, right? Find them right now. Yeah, bring them to your house. Give them food. You won't do that? Okay, what about a veteran? Oh, even that's not okay? Oh, okay. Okay, so what is okay? Teddy, I only do what the government tell me. Government say, put this family in my house. I put them in my house. Teddy, I helped the government for that stimulus check. Teddy, I need that check. Okay, buddy. Maybe what if you help a homeless guy and then he ends up building the next biggest Facebook? Boom. That's it. Maybe he'll share some profits with you. That's wishful thinking, but you never know. You know, there's humanity out there, Teddy. I've seen so many videos on TikTok. Oh, humanity. So nice people just giving food, money, everything away, and we assume it's all real. And hopefully there really is people that are helping the people that need it, because a lot of people are going and seeing the migrants and that are coming in and go, hey, these people don't need it. I'm not in a state where I can make that judgment. I'm hoping people that are not me can make this judgment on our behalf, and we're only letting the people that truly need our help. But, you know, that is wishful thinking even on my part. I understand that. But it is a whole can of worms I don't plan to open in this video, so we're going to keep it going and just do one more. Just one more, Teddy. Just do one more.
When archaeologists removed the lingam from this base, and underneath, this is what they found. A large stone box, sealed airtight. Archaeologists carefully removed all the dirt, and when they opened the lid, their eyes popped out of their sockets. What did they find inside? They found a stone plate exactly matching the silver sheet with the circle and 8 water droplets. This stone plate was a perfect square, 8 inches long and 8 inches wide, and you can see that it's a few inches thick. What was inside the holes? Archaeologists found fine silica. They were so fine-grained, they couldn't believe it was natural sand.
Wow, that is crazy. I've heard silica is like sand-ish, and it can definitely go into very tiny particles there. That is intriguing, and I never knew that there were plates like this found under a lingam. And I actually have a Shiva lingam myself that was given to me, and it has changed my life, guys. I love the Shiva lingam. As soon as it entered into my home, into my possession, the best things have happened to me. I've been very lucky. It has truly been a spiritual awakening with the Shiva lingam. It's even on the Teddy ganja thing right there. That is a Shiva lingam you're looking at that I'm pointing to. There is a reason it's there. I was supposed to do this before it even started, Teddy. I love the Shiva lingam. So one of the things that they mention is this stone tablet and the holes in it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, acoustical reasons. There's got to be vibrational technology, even with the silica, maybe somehow being suspended and other things were happening. Bro, my mind is like, oh man, ancient tech, Teddy. There's got to be an alternate reason. And we know it's a quartz. Most of these Shiva lingams are quartz crystals, right? So you go, hey, there could be something else this lingam was actually being used for, and we're now past that tech, and we just can't tell, and we can only theorize what the things could be. And I love this. I love the Shiva lingam. Shiva lingams all the way. But regardless, and I always say this, regardless, we're going to keep it going, but we're at the end of the video. I hope you guys are having fun with me. There's a lot of new people on the channel. I appreciate you guys like anything. Things have definitely opened up. I see a lot more interaction from the goons. I love you guys like anything. Things, you know, I'm hoping continue in the right trajectory. I would love to see this channel get to 5K subs, 10K subs, and really keep going. And sometimes, you know, I'm not a channel that gives you content every day. It's usually every other day for us. And, you know, it works out for us. The channel's doing well. The YouTube algorithm says, hey, keep it going. And I love you goons every time you come back, every time you chime in, every time you say something. I do have to give credit where credit is due. Tampa's Hot Wheels, Rutro, Jane, you guys are killing it. I see you constantly messaging every video. I appreciate you guys like anything. Even Don, I know, I see you, Don. I see ya. I appreciate you, sir. And Farmer Will, hang in there, buddy. It's gonna get better. Get back into what you know. Don't do something that ain't working. That's what I'm feeling, sir. And other than that, guys, stay safe, stay strong. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.